Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. My name is Danielle, this is Amber, and today we're going to talk about our reading goals for 2021. So at first we really weren't going to set goals. I mean, we're not the New Year's resolution type. We usually don't set goals at the beginning of the year. But since we're kind of new to reading, we've just gotten back into reading, we were like, let's just go for it. Might as well make it a challenge. This is going to be our first full year of reading. Let's set a goal and let's see by the end of the year if we actually need it. Yeah, so we're planning on basically keeping ourselves accountable, and you guys are going to help us. And then we're probably going to film a video later and see how we followed up with our goals. So you guys can subscribe now so you don't miss it. So I don't know if you guys use Goodreads to track your reading, but I do. And they do this kind of yearly wrap up where you can see how many books you read that year. And it gives you a bunch of other stats. So say for me, I read 95 books. That's a total of 31,179 pages. And my shortest book was 96 pages. That was a poetry book. And then my longest book was 688 pages. And technically that's not true because I actually DNF'd that book, but because I marked it red, they're still showing it. So I'm not exactly sure what my longest book was, but you guys can see what was your longest book, and maybe you want a goal of reading longer books this year. So I think these stats are super helpful. Yeah, so my average book length in 2020 was 328 pages, which is okay. I'm cool with that. I don't really love super long books. I like some short books too, and it's averaging them out, so I think that's fine for me. My most popular book that I read was Becoming by Michelle Obama, and that had over almost 1.4 million people shelved that book. And my least popular book was The Fall of Rome by Martha Southgate, and that had 1,360 people shelved it. So, and I like that. I like that I read a super popular book and then a super unpopular book, and they both were, I think those were both a 4 and 5 star. So if you have a goal of reading less popular books, because maybe you just read all the what will be the equivalent of blockbuster movie, this is helpful for that. And my my average rating for 2020 was a 3.4, which is not a surprise to me because I don't really rate books highly that often. And I don't really have a goal of reading 5-star books. Yeah, it's hard to ever say, so I don't know how I could make that a goal. But yeah, you guys check yours out and you can maybe make some goals based off that. That's actually my first goal, because while you tracked everything on Goodreads, I just didn't. I was just I'm not downloading another app and have to track. I was just it's just so much work. But this year, since we're gonna be making a video, I need to be more organized. So yeah, that's my first goal. I'm gonna make a Goodreads account. I'm gonna log all of my books. I'm gonna actually rate all of my books. And then we'll be able to see at the end of the year how I did. Do you think you're gonna write reviews? No. Maybe if it's a book that I'm really passionate about, I really, really loved, I'll do it. But a lot of books, like you said, I don't really end up rating books very highly, and I really don't want to write a bad review and bring down, an author. I feel like a lot of people write some really good reviews, so yeah, I feel what am I really adding at that point? So yeah, we'll just do videos. Okay, so then do you have a number of books that you want to read? Yeah, this year I started reading in mid-October, so I ended up reading 45 books, which I think is pretty good considering when I started. So this year I'm thinking maybe just a cool even 100 books. I think that's doable and still a challenge. Yeah. If you guys don't know, we're both writers, so usually when I'm drafting books, I just don't read it all. It's just I wake up in the morning, I write, eat, take a break, write. I'm really not reading. So I'm really gonna carve out, it's probably gonna be about maybe 1 to 2 months where I'm just purely drafting. So I'm taking that into account. And then just in general, yeah, life happens. Who knows what 2021 is gonna bring us. So I'm just gonna keep it a safe 100. What about you? I'm doing 200 just because I read 95 in 4 months. So I wanna, like I said, challenge myself and push myself a little bit. Actually, I don't wanna say push myself, but just have a reasonable goal. Because if I said 100 books, well, I did that in 4 months, so it's not really a goal. So I'm just gonna double that. And yeah, 200 books is my goal for 2021. My second goal is to read more literary fiction. I kind of realized loving Luster and Normal People, and even though I didn't love certain books like Memorial, I just realized this is my style that I like. So I want to delve more into this genre and find more literary fiction that I love. Because I feel at first I was reading a lot of popular books because I was on BookTube and I was just trying to see what my taste was. And since now I think I've narrowed it down, I want to maybe some more international literary fiction, maybe some more literary fiction from people of color. I did a few Black people, but I want more like diversity in my literary fiction. So yeah,
that kind of goes with my goal, because my goal is just to find more books that I really, really like. I really don't like reading books slowly.
Do you ever feel like it's a waste of time if you read a book slowly?
No, because being a writer, I can learn from a bad book, or what I think is a bad book. So it's never like a total waste of time. It's just, I really just want to have some books on our bookshelves that's like, I love that book. When people come over, I want them to be like, hey, you got any recommendations? And I can say I love this book, this book, this book. Like, I really just want to find maybe like 10 books that I really love.
Like
even if it's not, even if it's not a 5-star, just books that I would just willingly and gladly recommend to people.
Yeah, because I feel like also one of our rules for our buying habits is to not buy books unless we already love the book, already read the book. And so we don't fill our bookshelves with just random books that we just buy off of a whim. So yeah, I agree. Like, I want to be able to stock our bookshelves with books. When people come over, just like, I'd see your whole personality right on the bookshelf. And it's books that we love and then we recommend. So another goal of mine is to read more classics. And when I say classics, I kind of mean more modern classics, and more specifically, more classics by people of color, but especially Black people.
What's a modern classic though?
Like, I would say like any Toni Morrison. So last year I read The Bluest Eye, and I love that book, and I was putting it off for a long time because I just thought, oh, it's gonna be dated, oh, I probably won't relate to it, but no, it totally hits because history repeats itself. I would say 2020 was a complete replication of like
60s?
Yeah, Jim Crow. So it still hits, and so I'll read more Toni Morrison. Also some Zora Neale Hurston. I have Their Eyes Were Watching God, and I was putting it off because I thought it was like, I don't want to read about this God stuff, but I'm gonna give it a chance. I think it has a deeper message. And then also some modern classics like James Baldwin, so some nonfiction.
Okay. Another goal that I have is to actually read more physical books. Now, I love audiobooks. It really makes it easier to read more books like during the day. I read while I'm cooking, while I'm cleaning, while I'm shopping, while I'm just walking. I just put on my earphones, listen to an audiobook, and I can get through a book in a day. But I kind of, because I got so addicted to just reading a lot of books, I kind of stopped reading ebooks and like actual paper books. So this year, I really do want to get back into reading more physical books.
Yeah.
I don't want to like get too far away and then I'm like
only reading audiobooks. So the next goal is actually a goal we share, and it's to, what is it? So the next goal is actually one we share, and that is to read more out of our comfort zone. Well, I'm warning you guys, like, even though this is a goal, I don't think it's gonna go well. I do want to, like, it's important. You gotta, because like I said, we only started reading last year again consistently, so we don't really know everything that we like. But like, there's certain genres where I'm just like, I know I'm not gonna like it, but I just want to try it. So it's things like sci-fi,
romance,
fantasy, high fantasy.
Romance is like a big one for me. I tried a few romances this year, and I was just like, I'm just rating these like 1 stars, and I'm like, maybe that's just not fair. Maybe it's genuinely not my genre. But I still had this little part of me that's like, you just gotta find the right one. And I've heard people say that too. So I'm going to read, I'm gonna say at least 5 romances. I'm gonna try to pick some ones that are like highly rated that a lot of people like, and I'm just gonna give it a chance.
Basically, like, I would say sci-fi is a genre that we both would probably never ever pick up. And there was Burn Our Bodies Down that we read this year that had like a slight speculative twist, and you absolutely hated it. But it's mostly because
I didn't absolutely hate it. I liked the book until we got
just
to
the twist. I mean, just the twist, just that element. So, but I think you would be willing to read, say, like a thriller, which you already love, that genre, that has a speculative twist. Could you do that?
No. I don't like, the reason why I didn't like that book is because it was like a surprise. It was like everything was normal, and then we get, oh, here's the explanation, and this, like, no. Like, if it was speculative from the beginning and I knew it, like the whole concept was speculative, I could probably get into it. Okay. And it still has to be like a light science fiction, not like full on.
You don't like space?
No, I can't do space. I really don't think I can do space.
Or aliens.
No, robots, We'll see.
Another goal that I have is to read more books by people of color. This year, I did pretty good in the Black realm. So out of all 95 books I read, 48% of them were by Black authors, and that's okay. I want to get it up to 60% next year, and I want the majority of my books, so basically 75%, to be by people of color in general. Another goal that I have is to read more books that I've been putting off. So there's certain books that have been sitting on my TBR for months, and I'm just like, you just got to get to it. And one of them is definitely A Little Life by Yanagihara, because look how thick this book is, guys. It's like 800 pages, and I don't know, I bought this book because it has so much like people on YouTube just like crying over it and saying it's so amazing, and I like the synopsis, and I love like an epic story about like chronicling a person's whole life. So I just feel like I'm primed to love this book, but I've been putting off because it's so long. So there's some other books on my TBR too that I've just been putting off for like stupid reasons like that. I'm just intimidated by the size, or it might be slightly out of my comfort zone. So I think we can hit 2 birds with 1 stone by just reading the books that we've already bought. My last goal is to develop a productive habit to do while I'm reading audiobooks. I actually agree with you. I do want to read less audiobooks, more physical books, more ebooks. But when I'm doing my audiobooks, like right now I'm playing solitaire and just like mindless games because I have nothing else to do. It's cool if I'm at work or if I'm walking, but a lot of the time if I'm at home, I'm just like chilling, doing nothing. And I want to like, I have no idea. If you guys have any ideas of something I can do when I'm just listening to books, definitely write it in the comments, but I want something.
So that's it, guys. Those are all of our goals for 2021. Some are a little bit easier, some are a little bit more of a challenge, but I think we could totally do all those. And we have each other to hold ourselves accountable. So if you guys have anyone in your lives that can hold you accountable, that would be great. So if you like this video, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Idiot.